Manon Dufour is the head of independent climate change think tank E3G's Brussels office and also an expert in European climate policy and politics, and she joins us live now. Welcome to the News Hour. Now, this sounds like very good news, but just help us understand how significant it is, and is it enough?
It is the question today. It is extremely significant, extremely big. I mean, the bottom line is that 75% of the world's GDP right now is covered by climate neutrality commitments. However, there are actually no blueprint or clear pathway on how to deliver on these commitments. So what the Commission proposed today is kind of an attempt at finding a way to decarbonize, to reach climate neutrality by 2050. I think they have laid down a very good architecture on how to do this by focusing first on the clean energy, heavy industry, transport and forestry sectors. Now, not all measures are sufficiently ambitious to necessarily do this at the pace necessary, but I think it's a very, very good first draft in a way that hopefully negotiators will improve throughout the next couple of years, and that the Commission itself will actually complement with additional proposals focusing on industry and buildings towards the end of the year.
And what will this mean for consumers? Because there are reports that this could increase household fuel bills and also the price of flights.
So, I mean, the first thing is that overall this means for European citizens mainly, including consumers, a kind of safer and more prosperous future and kind of cleaner, more livable cities. So that's a positive. There are like some concerns about the implications this will have on kind of lower income consumers and on just the kind of the social transition of the whole continent. I think all of this can be managed. I think there's some elements of answers in the proposals in the form of a social climate fund. Maybe there's a few elements that are missing in like basically giving the EU like the ability to actually anticipate the social impacts and actually work at the cause, work at the root of them. So I think there's no hiding that this will be like the center of the negotiations, especially with the main political groups and the main governments in Europe. So I don't think we've heard the last of it.
And that comes to my next point, because it's so hard very often for all EU members to agree. So what challenges do you foresee, and when could this actually pass?
I mean, I think this will take at least the next couple of years, which is a pretty standard thing for European level negotiations. I do think that they can get there. This is like that is what the EU does, is like make decisions with 27 governments and like 700 members of the European Parliament. So it's difficult, but it's doable. There will be clear battles around all of the elements you mentioned in the run-up to this interview, like on forestry, on the carbon tariff at the border of the EU, and about the extension of carbon pricing into buildings and transport sectors. Finally, I think we've had some elements of answer on like where the EU wants to go about transitioning away from gas as well, and the role of gas in the transition to climate neutrality. And I think this will also be a big fight between political groups and governments in the coming years.
And if, Manon, you just had, one message for our audience to retain about why I love the name of it, Fit for 55 package, will be so life-changing, what would that be?
It is the first time where we're actually trying to transform a kind of major economy to climate neutrality and doing pretty much all sectors at the same time. So just the scale of the ambition is right. So I think this is significant for Europe, but anywhere else in the world. And the fact in particular that even though it's not perfect, they're trying to do this by considering what a fair and kind of affordable transition would be for citizens is a very positive element. And the fact that, again, it's not perfect, that they're also trying to think how this could impact the rest of the world by already signaling the intent to help maybe other economies transition along with the EU, I think is very positive. And really for the entire world, I think it'd be about kind of engaging with the EU in how to make this better internationally, but also domestically.
All right. Manon Dufour, thank you so much for speaking to us on the News Hour here at TRT World.